again. Welcome one more time to my creative studio. As promised, I am gonna be doing the tutorial to decorate the photo album in a box. If you remember last tutorial, I showed you how to make the base and the album on the inside with all the pages. And today we're going to learn how to decorate it. All right, so I'll have some measurements for you, and I'll show you how to put it all together. Now today I'm gonna be showing you how to make a recipe box instead of just a photo album. We're gonna be using it as a recipe box, which I think is a pretty cool idea, to switch it up from being just a photo album. It's something that you can give to your kids or a friend, to pass on those really cool recipes that everybody always asks you for. So I think that will be a good idea and a cool idea to make this one. All right, so for the materials to decorate, we're gonna need okay, let's start with the base, which is this bottom part. All right, for that one we're gonna need 4 pieces that will measure 7/8 of an inch by 4 5/8. We're gonna need 4 of those, and we're gonna need one 4 by 5/8 by 4 5/8. So a square piece of 4 5/8 by 4 5/8. That's for the bottom part, the base. And then to cover our lid, which is the actual box, we're gonna need 4 pieces of 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. All right, and one matching piece 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. Now for this one, I used the mat and then pasted this pretty paper on top, thinking that I can write in the name of the person who's going to receive it, or maybe a little message. So I will not put anything on top of that, and I will just leave it like that so I can write anything on top of that. All right, so that's for the lid. And then we're gonna need 16 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 printed paper. Now I like to do all different prints, but you could do 8 and 8. All right, and you can do it 8 on one side and then 8 on the other, and do it the opposite side, and or mix and match, so they don't look the same every time you flip them. And then we'll have for this one specifically, I'm going to be making 6 pockets, because it's going to be a recipe box, so we need to put the recipes somewhere. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one page in the front, so you can put up a photo of your dish, or your dessert, or whatever you're putting the recipe for. And then on your little pocket, when you flip it on the back, the photo will be in the front, and then we'll put the pocket on the back. And then I printed these pretty neat recipe cards. These are printed off of my printer. I grabbed some clip art that matched my paper, and just drew some lines in there, and did one with the recipe for. You put the name of your dish in there, and then you have enough space, hopefully, in this too, but if not, you can always write in the back. All right, so these will put on our pockets. All right, so let's get started. Today I'm going to be using a new glue. I want to try it. I just got this today. It's called Burley Art Precision Craft Glue. This is a glue that comes with 2 different tips, and it's like a very detailing tip. It's very, very small, and the other one is ultra fine tip, so there's even a smaller one. So I'm gonna put the info on the description below. All right. So let's get started. We're gonna do the bottom part first. All right. So let's grab our glue. I'm gonna glue the bottom first. All right. So this one is more liquid than the other one that I usually use. I know that they recommend that you don't use a lot of it, so that it doesn't warp your paper. I kind of like it. It grabs fast. Yep. All right, and then we're gonna glue the sides. These are barely 1/8 of an inch smaller than the frame, so you get just a tad of the white underneath showing. I have a friend, Debbie from Project 39. She always uses black for her base, and it looks really good too. I never thought about using black, but after I saw her using it, I kind of like it. I need to make one with black for the base. I always use white just because it's easier for me to purchase like the white cardstock paper pack. But yeah, you can certainly use craft color or black. It takes a little bit longer for this one to dry, definitely. The paper is more wet than my regular 3-in-1 beacon. The other one grabs faster than this one, but it's not bad. You never know if you don't try, right? All right. And let's glue the last piece of our base. I kind of like to wiggle it so that it dries faster. See how it grabs a hold right there? All right. And that's our base. It's all decorated. All right. So let's set it aside, and then let's do our lid. So remember I asked you to get 4.5 by 4.5. All right. And I like to do these all in the same pattern. You could certainly do two of this one pattern and then two of the other ones. I just like, I like it to be uniform, but you can certainly do whatever you prefer. So let's glue it. Remember that we have just a little bit of the white showing. So center it and glue. And we'll do 4 sides. Now certainly a little bit of glue goes a long way. Like I said, this one is a little bit more liquid than the other one that I use, but it grabs pretty quickly too. we got 3 at the sides, and we're gonna do the last one. So if you do make this one, feel free to send me your pictures so I can post them on my Facebook page so everybody can take a look at your creations. And if you have any other idea, like the recipe box that I'm showing you, if you think that you can use it for something else, let me know. I would like to know what you've come up with. All right, and let's do the top. And it's done. It's all decorated. And let's see how it looks. I love it. I love the combinations, the combination of papers. What do you think? I really like it. It kind of looks like a Kleenex box. I might put something on top of there so that it doesn't look like a Kleenex box. All right, so let's do the inside. So for that, we grab our 16 pattern papers. And these are gonna fit flush to the edge, all right? So it's gonna be the same exact size. We're not gonna have any white showing on the sides. It's gonna be covering the whole paper, all right? Line them up. You can push it down just to make sure that it will go all the way to the edge. All right, and then we'll do the back. So I try to make sure that if I have like 3 colors, like the 3 main colors of my combination, in this case it's blue, red, and gold are the ones that I'm using. So I want to make sure that I use a blue, then red, then gold, then blue, red, gold, and so on and so forth. And the same thing on the back, right? Just make sure that if you have a blue here, don't do a blue one in the back, because it's going to be like, you know what I mean? When you turn it, it's going to look too monochromatic. All right, let's keep gluing those. Again, line it up, press it on the bottom, make sure it lines up on the front, on the top, and on the sides, and press. Again, line them up. And you can certainly add any more embellishments to them. You can add ribbon to your box. You can add little strips of ribbon to your pages, just make sure that if you're using ribbon, you hide the ribbon behind the paper. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to grab a piece of ribbon so you can see. So if I was to use a piece of ribbon on this one, I would use it like that and tape it on the back and then glue it. Don't cut it and then glue it here afterwards. It's better if you do it, that way you don't have any edges and your ribbon will not fray. Plus, if you just glue it on the back, you can slide your pictures behind it. All right, so that's a little trick. I think I'm using too much of this glue because I think it's warping the paper a little bit. Can you see it? All right, so for these I'm going to switch back to my regular 3-in-1 glue, just because this one has glue in the front and the back, so I think it's too much glue when it's warping it. Now that one is a little bit crooked, but I'll take care of that later on. All right. See what I mean? And I did it wrong because we got 2 blues in a row. So that was supposed to be, the red one was supposed to be here. Yes, I'm switching the papers. There were supposed to be 8 over there and then the other ones like that, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back and forth. So make sure you do align them right. Not align them, but all right, let's do a red over here. All right. I'm going to pause the video for a second because I'm going to try to get that second paper off to see if I can use another color over there or here. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so what I did is I took off that first page and I cut a new one so that I can get the right colors in the right order. All right, let's keep gluing these. Now this is from Michael's paper pad. It is one of their hot buys paper pad, and this one is called Heritage. I bought it, I think I bought it more than 6 months ago. Like I said, I love these paper pads because they always have matching papers, plus you get these cool pages that have little tags and little sayings and stuff like this. that you can cut out and you can use to make cards or sure add to your mini books. So that's pretty neat too. All right, I want to pick my papers correctly so that I don't mess it up again. It's gonna do a red. Now let me know how you like these projects. Let me know if there's something else that you would like to see. If you would rather see card tutorials, mini books, or more like specific crafts. I have another tutorial plan that is a box, but the sides are clear. It's a very cool project too. So let me know if you, if you would like to see something else and what you would like to see. I feel like I'm short on paper. So you see, it's not a very complicated project. It might be a little bit time consuming while you cut and paste all of these, but the results are so cool. I don't know, but I would love to get something like this. Okay, let's do this one. And for these projects, I always like to use glue and papers that are acid free, so that if we're doing, in this case, like in this case, we're doing a photo album, your pictures will be protected. They will not fade, they will not yellow, because the papers are acid and lignin free, and the glues are acid free too. And if you use tape, just make sure that your tape doesn't have any acid in it, that it's photo safe, so that it protects all your photos. The last thing you want to do is, go through all this trouble making something so pretty and then have it ruin your photos, because that's the purpose of it too. It's like a little scrapbook in a box. We want it to be archival, so that this can be passed on from one generation to the other. So you want it to last. Alright, so I'm going to do red, and if I do blue here, see, I knew I was short one. All right, I'm gonna grab a gold paper. Now this paper is not part of the paper pad, but it's just regular cardstock, solid cardstock, like this blue one. That wasn't part of it. It is just a metallic paper, and I just embossed it. So you can get creative with all of them. You can emboss, you can fussy cut your images. Certainly put your flair into it. And one of my sisters is a big Outlander fan. I think this would be pretty cool to do a themed one too. I know there are a lot of Harry Potter fans too. So if you go to Disney and you go on the Harry Potter ride, you can certainly make one of these with, you know, matching Harry Potter's colors and all. All right, let me go grab a gold paper to do the last one. And this is from Michael's too. This is a foil paper pack. All right, so all our pages are decorated. Our cascade is ready to go. Isn't that pretty? All right, so now we're gonna do our pockets. All right, so what I'm thinking is I made 6 different pockets, and what I did is I made them all different so that they're not all the same throughout the book. Of course, this is your easiest one. It's about 2 inches tall. Yeah, about 2 1/4. This is gonna be, well, you need to leave an extra 1/2 inch. So I would say 2 3/4 tall by 5 1/2. All right. So that way you will do a little bit more than 1/2 inch. We're gonna score and fold. And I say a little bit more than 1/2 inch because I don't like my pockets to be all the way to the edge. I like it to be just a tad smaller. So they can move freely, like on the bottom. They don't snag at anything, all right? So once you score a little bit more than 1/2 inch on each side, and by a little bit more, I mean like a 1/16 of an inch. It's just that, just like a hair. And the same at the bottom, all right? So we're gonna taper our corners. Do it this way so that maybe it's easier for you to see. Just cut diagonally, right where the score lines meet, like that, and then angle your corners up to the score line. All right, and that's her pocket. I'm gonna try and use the Burley Art glue. Now I'm going to leave the first page just free so I can put a pocket in the back. I'm going to do the pockets in the back. So make sure you got, whoops, see I was going to do it wrong. Make sure you have the right, I messed that one up. Make sure you have the right page. The first page should have like 1/2 inch over here. And make sure that you can see that. Remember when we created it, it had a flap. So make sure the last flap, that's your last page. All right. I'm gonna mess this one up with the glue. All right. So this will be our first page, okay? See how that space is smaller than this one? So this space is the front. The larger space up here, it's the one in the front. So this will be our first page. I'm gonna glue the pocket in the back because I'm thinking that I'm gonna put a picture of my dish or my dessert in the front, and then I'm gonna just put the recipe in the back with my little recipe cards. I'm just gonna put them in the pocket in the back. And then just press. Now for these, I think I'm gonna be using the other glue because I don't think this one is grabbing as fast as the beacon one. So I'm gonna put the tip back. And I'm gonna go back to my beacon. All right. And that's what it's gonna look like. All right. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna leave, no, maybe I'll do 7 pockets. I will. Yeah. All right. And the same thing, this is just another pocket. I think I made this one a little bit smaller. This one is 2 inches, so 2.5 by, again, 5.5. All right, 2.5 by 5.5. And like I said, you can make them to whatever height you want. I think that being that our pages are just 4.5 inches tall, it shouldn't be more than 3. All right, so it's not that high of a pocket, so that you can still see what's inside your pocket. So let's angle the corners and angle our bottom like so, and then we're going to glue it in the back. Oops, this one is blue, so I'm not going to do a blue. I'm going to do this red one. Now this is a different one. Again, I went ahead and used a different design. Again, 5.5 width. Remember, you're going to fold a little bit more than 1/2 inch on each side and on the bottom. Now this one is 3 inches tall at its tallest height, and it's about 1.5 inches at its shorter height. All right, it's just something different, so not all your pockets are the same throughout your little book. Angle the corners again, angle those, and let's glue it. Again, if you have any questions, if you don't understand anything, if you need me to send you all the measurements, please drop me a message or leave a comment on the comment section. I will try to put the measurements on the description as well. And press the side so that you make sure that it's glued back there. And this is what it will look like with the recipe cards inside. See how cute that is? So you'll have the picture in the front and they're gonna go, okay, this is the recipe for that. All right. Now let's do another pocket. I'm gonna do a straight one. This is the one that we cut before, so it was 2.5 by 5.5 with a little bit more than 1/2 inch on each side. You can certainly do 1/2 inch if you don't want to go ahead and leave a little on the side. You can definitely do just 1/2 inch. And you can see that I always fold it. I turn the page just to make sure that it's not bumping on the bottom. Because if you glue it and then you try to go like this and it's touching the bottom, if it's too low, your page will not go back. It will just stay like this. So make sure once you glue it, you go like this, so that they're not touching the bottom of the box. All right, and let's do another one. Now for this one, I didn't leave enough space here because this was one of the pages that I was telling you about that has different designs in it. Let me see if I can find a page to let you know what I'm talking about. Like this. See, some of them are not tall enough. Like if I wanted to use that one, I couldn't because maybe it's not 5.5 inches. And then it will look weird because it will not be centered. This is 5.5, see? So if I went 5.5 and I folded 1/2 inch, it would catch my R over here. And then I would have too much space left over here, all right? So, and I couldn't even use that one because then it would the phrase would be cut off. So that's why I try to maximize that one to get the positive vibes only. But I ended up with such a teeny tiny border. So I'm going to try and see if I can put it over there and it will stick. Again, let's angle the corners. See, this one is too small. I don't think I like the way it looks. I'm gonna make a different one. That one is too small. I don't like it. So I'm going to use this one. So this one is like 2.5 again by 5.5. 2.5 by 5.5. Score 1/2 inch on each side and on the bottom. Angle the sides and the bottom. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to cut another color to match the blue one because I don't want blue and blue. So I'm going to do the next page and I'll go back to that one. Again, make sure your page will go back and forth. Right, I think I want to do a gold on that one. I'm going to do this one at an angle too. Just so I don't have two straight ones in a row. Trying to see if I can find a over this. I'm going to use this one. I like it. So I'm going to do a 3-inch tall by 5.5. Score 1/2 inch on each side and the bottom. And this one I angled a little bit different, similar to this one. All right, it's going to look like this. All right, angle the corners. And the bottom corners. This one is going over here. And make sure your page will go back and forth on each side. All right. I think I want a red one for that. Or maybe a different blue. So I messed those up. Use this stripe blue. So again, 5.5, and let's do 3.5. And score 1/2 inch on each side, and on the bottom. I want to see what a toe pocket would look like. I don't know if I like it. If not, we'll trim it down. Angle the corners. If you're not very confident doing it like that, just start farther closer to the corner and then work your way up till you go all the way where both the score lines meet. So that's a 3-inch pocket. I think it's a little bit too high. I'm going to trim it down. I'm going to trim it 1/2 inch. So we're going to do 2.5. Yeah, I think that looks better. And angle the corners. And the good thing about the paper pads is that all of them match. All of them match because it's the same colors. So all that work has been done for you. You don't have to worry if they're gonna match or not because they're all from the same paper pad and they're supposed to match. And then again, you can always add your own papers to it, solids or even other pattern papers that will match yours. Sometimes I use 2 different paper pads that have similar colors, so that will work too. All right, now I end up with this one, which is blue as well. So I'm gonna do a red one over here. Let's see what I have right here, so I don't want to repeat it. Okay, I have that. I'm going to do this red. And I'm going to go 3.5 by 5.5. Score 1/2 inch on each side, and I'm going to angle this one. Actually, we're going to go 3.5 by 5.5. So we're going to end up with a 2-inch pocket, but it's going to be angled. Now this is going to be a different angle than the other ones that I had. The other ones were more square-like. This is like more subtle angle. Angle your corners. And what I think is I'm gonna leave the last paper without a pocket, the last page, because I think I'm gonna do like a tag to put a little message for the person that I am giving this to. That way you'll have your journaling in there too. And it's something that they can always treasure because it's your handwriting, it's your little message for them. And that sure means a lot. As years go by, we tend to look for the things that remind us, you know, all the good times that we have. We can also do, instead of the message, we can do, say like I have one of my neighbors that every Christmas she bakes cookies with her daughter, her granddaughter, and her daughter-in-law. So this could easily be a recipe book with all the cookie recipes, and then they always take pictures, so you can have a picture with all of them here and have that be the last page of your book. So you can have a page of all the cookies and the recipe, cookie and recipe, cookie and recipe, and then on the back he can have 1 or 2 pictures of all of you doing all the recipes together. All right, so that's it. That's our photo album in a box. Now this one will be a recipe album in a box, but it will include all your photos. So we'll have a page and the pocket, page and pocket, page, pocket. Here we go, same thing, page and pocket, and then the last 2 pages I left without. So we can go ahead. I think I'm gonna have to print 1 more set of these because I think I printed 6 and we have 7 pockets, I think. Isn't that cute? I love this idea. I really do. I really like it. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you have any ideas for it, like I said before. And as usual, please share, subscribe if you have not, share on your Facebook page or on Instagram. There we go. I have to make another set for that. All right. So that will be our recipe photo album in a box. And we'll put the lid back on. There we go. And it's all ready to be given away. So let me know how you like it. Again, please share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.